taking another reading, and this would be a couple days after the adjustment. And we saw yesterday that everything looked real good as far as the reading, leg check, and hips, which means that you're holding the adjustment. Just let your head drop forward. Thank you. Which means that you're holding that adjustment. And of course, that's the most important part of this care, is that the patient holds adjustment. And if they're proving that they're holding adjustment, we do not make an adjustment. Because if they're holding, that means everything is functioning as good as it should, and they're on their way, they're healing, they're getting better, restoring proper function. And that's what we're looking for. We're not interested in making adjustment, we're interested in the patient holding the adjustment and getting proper function restored. And so we do these readings which let us know when that pressure returns. That's when we would make adjustment. If it's not returned yet, we would not adjust.
Damn, this bed.
Well, I will say this. It definitely is more movement than we had. But when you compare, do they look the same? So now watch, I'll do this for you. On this, we come up and we can easily see this one big move and then even another one up top. When we get up top, we're really not seeing anything like that. We're seeing something lower. Here's your big move. And if anything, it's going the other way. We're really not seeing that big move in that direction. And so, even though you're seeing some movement, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it's bad, we're going to adjust. What's going to happen is, when we get that pressure off that brainstem, we get this where there was pressure there and the pressure's relieved. Now we're going to see the reading change. Ideally, we want to see it be relaxed, but even if it was to move around and be different than that, that's good. Different is good. With this care, you want change, you want different. You don't want the same old thing over and over and over. Different is good. And then what I see is, from the pattern, which is here, to this, that does not look the same to me. So that's different. So that means you're adapting from the adjustment, and that's good. Now, if we look at all the readings here, and we especially look at today and last time, see how those even look different. Those don't look the same.
No, they look like this.
This one looks kind of like this, but it doesn't have that top, that big swing up top.
Right.
It has some of it. So again, we're not seeing the same thing repeating. We're not seeing that movement of, and especially even on this one too. Here's one on the 27th where the top, we see that top curve. We see one here. We see one here. So that's the common pattern, is that top curve. Here was after the first adjustment. See how we didn't see that big curve anymore? It changed. Here's last time, we did see a curve going opposite. Today, now we're seeing it moving. It's still moving. That's a good sign. We want it to be moving. It'll come back to something where we see this top part swing around like this, and then that'll let us know. It looks like you have a curve and then that swing. Curve and then the swing. Curve and then the swing. That's what we're looking for. We don't see that yet, so that means we don't adjust you yet. Now we're going to check your legs also and see how that's doing, because of course when it's ready, we're going to see the pattern reading and we're going to see the pattern of your legs. So in other words, whatever your legs were doing the first time, I think it was right, short, we'd see that again and that amount, and then we know you're ready. But until we see it all there, we don't adjust just yet. So yeah, you're starting to get the hang of this and realize we do not adjust on every visit. We do not want to adjust on every visit. We want you to respond from the adjustment. And if we're always in there moving things around, then your body has to figure out what's going on and deal with that change constantly. And it doesn't really allow you to heal. We want you to have the process of healing. Let that settle in and let the effect take place. Let the body work on restoring proper function. That happens with less adjustments. specific adjustment, the right place, the right time, the right direction, but less of them. So it's more of an event. When the day comes and we adjust you again, it's a big deal. It's like, okay, here we go, we're going to adjust you again. We get you in the right position, we make sure we get just right, make that move just right, get you to rest, get it to hold, and let the healing continue. So it's not in the adjustment as much as it is in you holding the adjustment. Hopefully that makes sense to you.
To me, yes.
Okay, good. And this is very different than just about every chiropractor out there does. Typically, patient comes in, they're going to move things around, and they're going to move it all throughout the spine and every time. Whether it be they're coming in every day or 3 times a week or twice a week or whatever it is. We are here not to adjust, we're here to check you. Only when you prove that you need help and you have trouble and this pressure has returned, that's when we'll tell you, let's go to the table, let's make adjustment. Okay? That's how we make sure you move in the right direction. And you're still doing it. You're still doing good. So we would not recommend adjustment here. Now, what we'll do is we'll do a leg check. So let's stop this here.